Congress passed and Trump signed the Epstein Files Transparency Act in November 19th to be exact, giving the DOJ 30 days to release unclassified Epstein-Maxwell materials in a searchable, downloadable format. The deadline was December 19th. DOJ didn't comply, and Deputy AG Todd Blanche publicly said they dropped several $100,000 with more to come over the coming weeks, which is basically saying we're not obeying the statute. The release itself, there was about 3,965 files, give or take, around 3 gigabytes, described roughly as about 10% of the estimated 300 gigabyte of Epstein-related evidence. The dump included about 550, 600 pages, almost entirely blacked out. A 119-page grand jury from the New York doc, fully redacted with no explanation, and other huge sanctions blanked. Critical materials like the 60-count draft indictment, an 82-page prosecution memo, reportedly prepared in May of 2007, weren't included. And then the files allegedly got removed from the DOJ website after they were released, including a photograph of Trump found among Epstein's possessions, prompting, public questioning from House Oversight Democrats. That's the accountability crisis. Now here's the distraction machine. As the deadline hit, Trump cranked it up. Look over here show, renaming institutions, bragging about, grotesque construction vanity projects, rolling out imperial monument fantasies, and escalating attacks on female reporters, which he's always done that. And it seems as though it's overwhelmingly women of color. The hundreds of pages that I have looked at cite research that claims this is measurable. When Epstein coverage rises, Trump increases his provocative messaging immediately because he understands attention better than half the newsroom managers in America. So let's walk through that play. The law, the deadline, and the we're going to break it confession. This is the part where I need everyone to stop treating deadlines like vibes. The law explicitly requires the DOJ to release the Epstein materials within 30 days from the 19th of November, not later than 30 days after the date of enactment. That puts the deadline December 19th, which has already passed. And before that deadline even hit, Todd Blanche goes on Fox and basically tells the country, we can't comply. We'll dump some now and a little more later. And that's not just a bureaucratic fuck up. This is an admission that the department is ignoring the law. Then you get the post-release reality, blackouts, missing pieces, and no coherent explanation of why enormous chunks are unreadable. Representative Ro Khanna is quoted saying the law requires explanations for all redactions, and it is in there, and they provided none. Now, if you're asking why this matters beyond the obvious, because it's not just about Epstein, it's about the government openly teaching the public laws apply when we feel like it. If the DOJ can ignore law, a law signed by the president himself, what the hell do you think they can do to you? The transparency dump that looks like damage material, okay? The doc describes catastrophic deficiencies, including massive redactions. We talked about that. Whole documents blanked out. And most of you have probably seen those on TV already or online. Material that's allegedly already public from prior filings and FOIA and recycled into the new release to create the illusion of disclosure. Missing critical evidence, including that draft indictment and prosecution memo. They want that. Files that disappeared from the DOJ website after they were released. The last one matters. That last one, the files that disappeared, because it changes the story from they're slow to someone is curating what the hell the public is allowed to see. And the political problem for Trump is obvious when the question becomes, Who's protected? He's not just defending his administration. He's defending a class, an elite ecosystem of donors, fixers, and powerful men who don't want sunlight anywhere near that network. This is where the narcissism kicks in. Trump doesn't just want to escape consequences. He wants to control the reality in which consequences exist. So he does what he always does. He turns the national conversation into a bar fight. I mean, we see it all the time.